Welcome in, everybody, to Fantasy Pros MLB. This is Leading Off Live, brought to you by PrizePicks. Sign up for PrizePicks today and use that promo code Leading Off when you do. It's me, Joey P. That, of course, is the Welsh, and it's you, the Peanuts, the Cracker Jacks, hanging out here, talking some baseball. Hot out of the gate. We got a question here from DB Cooper, very famous person, incognito, still loves the show. Morning, guys. Am I sitting Brian Bello against the Braves today? I have Acuna in my lineup. Spencer Strider on the other side of that game. I think the win probability goes down for Mr. Bello and the Red Sox. I already have investments today in Spencer Strider and the Braves. I say sit him. Welsh, what say you?
Yeah, I'm not into it if you like ratios. So could he still go 5? Yes, but I think it's 4 or 5 innings. This is just not for middle line starters. The Braves, not the best to go against. Though I do have a bet involved with this game with both Bello and Acuna. But no, I would just shy away. Bello did this last week, I think, though, and I shied away, and he was phenomenal. So I would say, obviously this is your decision, but the matchup would tell me if I'm really tight on my ratios, I'm probably not going to risk it. If I got some wiggle room, you could throw them out there. I'm not.
Ratios in trouble today. That's a good thing. It's better than being ratioed. I heard that's bad. I'm not even sure what that means, but
I was just thinking, what was the guy from Hook where they're like, it wasn't Julio, but they're like, Julio, remember the guy?
Oh, Rufio.
Rufio. Yeah. It wasn't Julio. Julio's in my head. Julio hit some homers yesterday, so that was in my brain, but Rufio.
His first 2-homer day of the season, by the way. And more baseball. Speaking of 2 dingers, Pete Alonso, the polar bear. 2 dingers for this guy who's got 2 thumbs and 2 more home runs. I do. Let's go. He hadn't hit a home run in 12 straight games. Pete Alonso breaks this. I told you, if Pete Alonso played in the Yankee Stadium, he would have 60 home runs every year. Yankee Stadium is a joke. It is a joke. It's a little league field. It's ridiculous, but it's fun. So pick your home runs there. Verlander pitched 2 hit balls, 6 scoreless innings. We'll see if he's still a Met this time next week. Julio Rodriguez, 2 more bombs for him. So nice to see some Julio action. Also, he had return of Merrill Kelly. 1 run, 6 innings Tuesday, no decision against the Cards. They moved Zach Gallen start to today. Kevin Ginkel, by the way, tossed the scoreless 9th. So is Ginkel the closer rest of season, or do you think there's a move to be made here? We talked about Magoo a couple weeks ago. McGuff did not work out, obviously. So is Ginkel the man, or are we looking to outsource?
They will be outsourcing. This has been the most asked question to me all year long. And every guy that any of you people can bring up to me, I say, no, it's not, because it has just been Band-Aids on a broken bone all year long. It's like, hey, Miguel Castro can do this for now. McGuff can do this for now. They're going to trade for somebody. The rumor, like 4 days ago, locally here from the guys that are kind of, the organization will like cipher information down to the radio guys, so the radio guys can be like, my sources, blah, 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 is David Robertson with the Mets, that the Diamondbacks are kicking around for David Robertson. So there you go.
Because, I mean, that makes sense. Why not? You got Diaz coming back next year, or he might even come back at the end of September. There's some rumors about that. Why not? Just screw it. Screw it. You can have everybody on the Mets. Take them all. Robertson would be great. And you know what? What does that deal look like from your perspective? You are prospect 1 guru. What can the Mets get back from a couple months of Robertson? Anything?
For Robertson? Hardly any. It'll be probably a single A pitcher or something like that. Maybe 2, maybe a single A pitcher and a single A catcher, or a rookie ball. You're not going to get a big haul for David Robertson. I mean, Diamondbacks have a couple really good international guys that are in rookie ball that just went to A ball. Yancel Luis is someone I really like. It's at that level. They're not going to get much for Robert, but whoever the Diamondbacks person is that's closing is not on the roster right now for the closer for the rest of the year. And by the way, shout out to Corbin Carroll for slamming in those runs to get the win, which was a money line bet for me for yesterday for the Diamondbacks. So thank you, Corbin Carroll, for your service. Thank you.
Your prospect knowledge is so deep at this point. You could pretty much make up names of guys, and I would just have to be like, okay, like I think we should do that. I'm gonna play a game. It's gonna be like Key and Peele. I'm gonna create some prospect names, and Welsh is gonna have to say whether or not they are real.
Oh, you know what you should do too? We should get like AI. We should get like the AI pictures of like fake players. And be like,
we have a team initiative here to use AI. Maybe that's what I will do.
Only so much AI though.
Only so much. Not too much, just the right amount. Juan Soto hit his 20th homer. He is out of today's lineup. He's dealing with some finger issues there, but he did get to the 20 home run mark yet again. Blake Snell got a 7th victory, but he did give up 5 more walks, struck out 4. So the run that Blake Snell was on that was magical, that was unbelievable, well, obviously that has now stopped.
I think that's 12 walks in the last 2 games, I think.
Last start he had 700. I think he had
7 in the last one. I think he had 5 in this one again.
Yeah,
right?
It's terrible. I'm annoyed. I don't like it. So yeah, I'm lucky. That was because here's the thing. There was a part of me that wanted to jump back into the Blake Snell business yesterday. And I went, you know what? No. Don't do it. Don't do it. We're going in the other direction, and I'm glad I didn't, because it didn't work out.
You mean how I was like, I don't think Alek Manoah is like completely done. Like at first start was really encouraging, so maybe he's not.
I would have sounded
washed.
Exactly like that.
Yeah, that's how I sounded when I was talking about Manoah yesterday. But or not yesterday, but last week, he was absolutely trash and garbage. And Snell wasn't as bad, but I'm going to pull up here real quick.
He was inefficient. He's walking guys all over the place. That's going to cut into his innings. It's a big problem. And yes, I know we got somebody call it. Everyone's talking about the person getting called up. Welsh, I know, I wouldn't say excited, but Welsh is going to talk
I put it on the sheet.
I know,
just to make sure that it was on there. Real quick on Snell, real quick.
Peanuts and Cracker Jacks. Go ahead. Give me your 5 cents on Snell. Not even
so 5. Fastball. Actually, I need to pull up. I want to compare this. I know we're jamming and stuff like that, but I want to compare this against the year. I don't know. You don't have Baseball Savant up, do you?
Not right up currently.
Okay, I'm gonna pull this up here because he had 20 swings on the fastball yesterday for 0 whiffs. So he was completely ineffective. That has only had a 17% whiff rate all season long, and he couldn't do anything with that thing yesterday. He had a 50% whiff rate on the slider, 50% on the changeup, but it looks like he used those a little bit less than usual. Yeah, the command was just off. I was trying to see if there's anything funky, but Velo was up, and it's just Snell.
I don't know if it's a mechanical thing, if it's a mental thing, if it's a combination between them. But he has definitely become one of the more frustrating pitchers in fantasy in the last decade. Because the upside is he's a Cy Young dominant kind of guy. But he can't get enough of those starts together. He can get 5 of those starts together, maybe 7 or 8, but he can't get 25 out of 30 that way. And that's the frustrating thing, because at the end of the day, you're going to end up with I can't wait till the end of the year when we look back on Blake Snell, because I guarantee you, if he makes 32 starts, you can look back. Extremely frustrating piece. Like, it's a very frustrating situation there, for sure. Let's move on to some more guys here. Andrew Abbott, another incredible performance for him against the Brewers. He struck out 9 guys in 6 shutout innings. Andrew Abbott just is on fire. Burns was really good too. Quality start, gave up only 2 runs and 3 hits. But obviously the problem was, just not enough offense. 6 strikeouts the whole night, only 1 walk for Corbin Burns. So this was that 4 outcome game I stayed away from yesterday. I kind of wanted to stay away from it, and I'm glad I did. But your thoughts on this pitcher's duel between Abbott and Burns, because Abbott continues to just be unbelievable. Talk about an ace that nobody saw coming.
I mean, I literally would just copy and paste what I had said the other day. Like, I don't know what's going on, because like he is the biggest anomaly on the planet for what his fastball does to where some of the secondaries go to the amount of swing and whiffs he gets. He had 9 strikeouts in this game on 6 innings, only 3 hard hit balls given up. And you just keep looking. I mean, he out-whiffed 15 total swing and whiffs versus Corbin Burns in this last one. I don't know what to make of it. I wish there was like really sound stuff. The only thing I can bring up is what I talked about last week again, was like, I think it might have something to do, Eno and I were really like digging into him. It might have something to do with the release point he's got on his secondaries to his fastball that is completely repeatable while also being deceptive coming out. So first off, it's all deceptive. And second off, they all have a similar release point, and it's just getting guys just flying through stuff.
If you can consistently throw different pitches from the same exact release point at the same arm speed, you're going to be incredibly successful at the major league level. Like you just are.
And big spin numbers too. Almost 2,400 on the fastball. It's over 2,800 on both his curveball and his sweeper. They're just big, loopy moving pitches that are deceptive. And he's almost a throwback-ish type of player. I mean, he throws 91. Throwback might be more like throwing like 90 or whatever. But I still say like these guys that you can't quite pinpoint how they're doing some of it makes you worry they're going to fall apart. But I don't know what you do about that right now, unless you're trading for him like super high. I'd kind of ride the wave because no one's picking him up and it keeps going.
Yeah. Also, Wonky Penguin on it. She's already in the chat GBT. Minor League Baseball names. Ready for these? Maverick Slugger Sullivan, Dakota Cannon Callahan, which is a good one. And this is my favorite one. Maxine Knucklebuster Martinez. Knucklebuster Martinez sounds like an independent wrestler on the indie scene. Oh, did you see Knucklebuster Martinez? That guy's amazing.
I like the idea of this too. I like the idea of a guy getting drafted and they just have a nickname. They're just all these nicknames. These guys come in.
But these are better nicknames than anything else. Everyone's J-Rod and P-Rod and this. Like everyone's just like,
lazy.
They're not nicknames. They're shortened. They're abbreviations. It's not a nickname.
Oh, Joe, do you want to be Knucklebuster? Is that what you're saying? You want to be the Knucklebuster?
Well, remember we had a whole conversation about whether or not you can give yourself a nickname.
Yeah, I can nickname you. I can nickname you the Knucklebuster. Yeah,
Tyler Glass now.
It's your nickname now. You're the Knucklebuster.
1-run ball here against the Marlins. So another great stat, but he finished with 8 strikeouts, not 8.5. So guess who hit his parlay?
Yeah,
this guy bounced back yesterday.
Oh, did you hit the full parlay too?
Oh yeah, baby. Metsy's won.
Nice.
Glass now 8.5 Ks under. And what was the gimme? There was another gimme in there.
I don't know.
Houston?
Eduardo's screwed because Kirby was a monster yesterday. I don't know if you had Kirby in there. The Glass now under.
No, it was a team one. It was 2 gimme teams. I don't even remember what it was. I'll have to go
I don't
back and
remember.
pull my sports book and look at it and remember who it was. Because Joey P made some cash yesterday. Very, very good on that one. I got another one today, so everyone stick ahead. All right, so let's talk about the rookie lookie. So everybody's talking about in the chat, Marco Luciano getting recalled from AAA. We were a little surprised he got moved up there to begin with. 21-year-old, again, 7 for 24, 2 homers in his last 6 games, so things were going well. He hit balls 110 and 109 miles an hour recently, so if you're into that sort of thing, there you go. What are your thoughts on Marco Luciano? Somebody you're picking up, somebody you're staying away from, or what's the price, basically?
So, like, I try to come on here all the time and, like, I try to be, like, relatively even keel, which sometimes might be cop-outy because if I'm not like, oh, I hate this player, I love this player. It's like, try to just talk to you about, like, here's the process of it. I could see blah, blah, blah. I feel there are only two outcomes for Marco Luciano in this stint. There's only 2. One of which, he's one of the worst players in baseball, and he strikes out 38% of the time and doesn't make contact. The other outcome is he defies all the odds of what he's done in the minor leagues, and he's crushing baseballs, and we can't stop talking about Marco Luciano like it's like an Ellie De La Cruz. There's only 2 outcomes, I believe. I don't believe there's a middle outcome where he's decent, and he's got a 22% strikeout rate, and he's walking a little bit, and blah, blah, blah. I just don't believe it because I don't see what this is. The only thing I can figure out of why they did this is because their offense has been so stuttery. They've been bringing up players left and right. Luciano had essentially a 30% strikeout rate at AAA this year, a 30% strikeout rate at AA this year. He's walking a decent amount, but he's not hitting well. He hit 228 at AA, 292 at AAA in 6 games is okay. The power's still there, and he ran a little bit. I just don't believe in Marco Luciano. So I'm out. Like, I used to believe in him, used to love it. I don't think this is one of those guys with really high strikeout rates and poor decision making at the plate that's going to be able to, like, thrive. Could he hit a homer in the first couple? Someone throws him a mistake, that guy can absolutely hit it 450. He's got huge power, but he has been inconsistent. His pitch recognition seems kind of odd. But you know what? The Giants probably know something we don't know. It seems like a really quick push up for what his production has done. I am out. And I'll just be wrong about it. So no thank you for Luciano for me.
I found the team. It was the Padres yesterday, 5-1. So they were minus 270 yesterday. So I did exactly what I saw. You put a unit on the parlay and a unit on Glass now at the 8.5 under. So the return on that one. So $10 won you 17.58 in the Glass now. And then you add that to the $10 at the plus 332. That was another $43. So not too shabby there. It's a $60 a day on $20. Take that every day of the week. That's a very simple little.
Take that over Luciano.
There you go. Take the kids out to the movies on Friday with that. There you go.
Yeah, that's what you need. You're gonna say take them to see Oppenheimer? Don't.
Yeah, the kids love the Oppenheimer.
Don't do that. Well, they'll be ruined. No, I'm not saying I haven't seen it yet, but Florence, if they're like Marvel, they're going to be devastated at what Black Widow.
Something about does. Florence Pugh. That's all I heard.
Yeah, Florence Pugh. Well, she's wearing a different outfit in this one, and it's
then I'm definitely gonna go see it.
Like no outfit at all.
Well, okay, all right, that's fine by me. All right,
I just said don't bring your kids there, Joe. You can listen. I know you're the knuckle. Anyway. I know you're the knuckle buster and everything,
just because
Joe.
I'm the
but don't bring the kids.
Doesn't mean I'm a knuckle dragger. A Bo Naylor homered twice there against Zach Greinke, but again. Whatever. Bo Naylor, by the way, I'm mad because I had him in the value picks for DFS yesterday. Didn't put him in the show sheet. Didn't use him. Wish I had. Had a good instinct there. Should have followed through.
I have a question. How do you get the nickname Bo?
I don't know. I mean,
what is that? You know how, like, if you're
Bo not his real name? Is that his?
No, it's Noah. His real name is Noah. And I knew a Bo, but how do you get the name Bo Burnham? How do you get the name Bo? Like, someone's just like, what is that short for?
Bo.
Really? Yeah, I actually nickname our dog. We shit. You know what's so funny? Our dog's name is Chloe, and we call her Bo for absolutely no reason, and I don't even know why we do it. How do you get the nickname Bo?
I don't know. Peanuts, Cracker Jacks, get on it.
Please let Welsh and the Knucklebuster know.
Wonky, I want to go see Barbie, by the way, but the problem is they're going with their mom to see Barbie, so I have to wait the secondary run to see that one. So I'll try to see Oppenheimer. I tried last week; it sold out. Couldn't get tickets. I had to sit in the front row. I'm not sitting in the front row for 3 hours. I'm not doing that. This is not my idea of watching Oppenheimer.
Well, I mean, be closer to Florence. That'll give you a different
Well,
perspective.
maybe I should have reconsidered had I known that, but I didn't know that at the time. Adolis Garcia, 1 for 4 Tuesday, in his return to the lineup. X-rays negative on Alvarez from the Mets. He had gotten hit on the pitch, hit on the hand by a pitch. Gunnar Henderson was removed on Tuesday. Some back discomfort, and Brian Hayes working towards a minor league rehab assignment. If anyone cares, on Tuesday next week. Also, for fun, Griffin Canning, another good outing for him. 8 strikeouts. He had a big strikeout performance again recently. What's going on with Griffin Canning all of a sudden? What's clicking for this guy? And it's just another notch in the chain for the Angels continuously finding ways to stay relevant. It's unbelievable with Griffin Canning now.
I was about to say, I'm like, what are you talking about? Another notch? Like this is something abnormal for them to have this. Let's see, Canning up a full mile per hour velo on the fastball this year. It's been way more strikeout efficient. It's surprisingly enough, the rest of the pitches have kind of tapered down a little bit as far as whiffs go. But what he's done is this has been the success, man. He's upped the usage of the slider this year and lowered the fastball, which has made the fastball more effective. He's throwing both the fastball and slider over 30% of the time, and then he just drops a changeup in there around 20% of the time, and he's been hitting the zone. He's been more effective, getting whiffs through it. Just don't, if you have a good secondary pitch, specifically the slider, and you cannot throw your fastball over 40%, dude, it has just been like a solid way to start getting strikeouts, and it has been the new method that works.
Wonky says, I haven't laughed that hard in a movie in a very long time. I think she's talking about Barbie, not Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer, it's a laugh riot.
It's hilarious.
Dropping comic bombs everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, oh boy.
You know what was very disturbing
nuclear
too?
Fusion of this cast is really off the charts.
Tom is right here. This is like ADD, this show. It's actually really been bothering me for like a week now. I forever thought it was Cillian Murphy, and finding out it's Killian is like absolutely throwing me for a loop this last week. Well, because I've heard a million people call him Cillian.
Name of in the Irish speak of it was always Killian, but it was always presented here in the States as Cillian Murphy, which I don't know why. So is it Killian? Have they like actually come out and said this
so
now?
When I was on CBS last week, I said Cillian and I got corrected, and I was like, really? And then I heard all these people talking Cillian, and then I heard Robert Downey Jr. doing an interview, and he's like, yeah, Killian. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. Maybe Killian is how you get the nickname Bo. Maybe if you're Killian, that's where that goes through.
Maybe. There was a trade
Murphy
yesterday. Not me, not yet. Rumors still abound. John Heyman's reporting it. A couple other people still that, working out contract details potentially with Casey Bubba for Joe Pisapia. We'll see if that comes to fruition on the trade deadline or not. You'll have to stay tuned Monday the 31st to see. The Dodgers did make an acquisition. What's old is new again, or new is old again. I don't know. Enrique Kike Hernandez is back to the Dodgers. So interesting set of circumstances there. It tells you Miguel Vargas ain't coming back anytime soon.
No.
Like that ain't happening. That's the thing you learn from that. Let's do 3 up and 3 down. Then we'll get to prize picking. Swanson 3 for 3, homer twice. Alex Cobb season high 9 Ks against the A's. Good job taking care of the A's there, Alex Cobb. And Francisco Lindor had a pulse, 3 for 5 with 2 steals yesterday. 3 runs against the Yankees. 3 down. Charlie Morton walked 5 and allowed 4 earned runs in 3 2/3. Michael Kopech, boo, bad. 5 runs, 4 earned, 9 hits over 5 against the Cubs. And Domingo Germán gave up not 1, not 2, but 3 homers and 6 runs in 6 innings against the Mets. So, Welsh, you know what time it is. It's time to pick them prizes. So make sure you go to prizepicks.com, download the app, get a 100% deposit match up to $100. Use that promo code leading off when you do, only at PrizePicks. Welsh, use the promo code leading off. You love that promo code. Everybody loves it. It's the best. Pick some prizes. What do you have?
All right, we got a theme today.
Oh, I love
my prize pick themes. We are going with the combo meals. We are all comboed out. So we've ordered a large number 3, and our 3 pieces are Strider Bello strikeout combo at 13 over. Strider's going to get us 8 or 9 of those alone. Braves strike out a bit. Bello can get some strikeouts. So over 13 combo Strider Bello. No run first inning for Framber and Andrew Heaney. And then finally, we are going with, I just wanted to play one of these ones. Ellie and Yelich hit run RBI combo of 4. So those are mine. So you get four hits, run, RBI between Yelich and Ellie to pair with all those rests with Strider Bello, Framberhini. That is the combo PrizePicks meal for me today. Large number 3, Joe. What do you got?
There you go. I'm going to go with Joe Ryan, pitcher strikeouts over. It's a 7, so it's a decent number, but still over against Seattle. Lindor swinging a good bat right now. I don't have a lot of confidence in Carlos Rodon. He's still kind of finding himself. 6.5 is a low score. If Lindor is hot right now, I'm going to cash in and stay on there. And Kyle Tucker, 7.5 hitter fantasy score. I'm going to go over on that one too. On the betting side, okay, here's what we got today. You got the options. You can go with the skinny parlay, the same game. We do the double dip. Spencer Strider, 8.5 strikeouts over. And then you get the Braves on the money line. You put that together, you get a better number of plus 145, which is good because the other two things are heavy in the negative, heavy on the juice there. So plus 145 with Strider on the 8.5 over, Braves on the money line. And if you want to really kind of dip your toes in the water, do that one, then take Strider and the Braves again and add in Houston on the money line with Framber Valdez against the Rangers, who I think the Rangers are really scuffling right now. You know, Garcia's not 100%. Seager's out of the lineup. Valdez has been really good. Add that in, you get plus 276. So you have two options here. You got the skinny one. You got the full 3 parlay. Welsh, what do you have for the people on the betting side today?
All right, I got a couple pieces. I'm going with Arizona on the run line, minus 1.5. When I looked last night, it might be a little bit less or whatever. It was plus 135, and that's with Zach Gallen going today. Flaherty has also gotten beat up a little bit over his last couple starts. Bullpen is the biggest worry, but this is one of those starts that you hope Gallen going up against his former team that he still kind of has some resentment towards, that he's going to be able to go 7 or 8 and keep that bullpen out. So I like that play a lot. And then I'm going right back to this. This one blew up in my face yesterday because Kirby just decided to just go. He was Oppenheimer. Yeah. He was the bomb. Seattle, Minnesota, first 3 innings, under 2.5 runs. I'm going back to that with the pitchers that are going today. So I'm just going to jump right back into it. There's a couple K props that I was kind of about, but I might update those on the Betting Pros group if you all want to check that out.
There you go. You can join that bettingpros.com/leading off. That's where you hang out with us. You could also hang out with us and play some So Rare. It's cards. It's fantasy. It's everything. It's all of the things combined that you're looking for to have fun with Major League Baseball. And guess what? It's free. FantasyPros.com/collect. That's the place to go to start playing So Rare. And you can join our league too at FantasyPros.com/leading off league.
Your hesitation, by the way, terrified me. Like that was my opportunity to get like, it was very dramatic. I went to get a drink and then you got quiet. You don't know, earlier AI tried to take your life.
I saw it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It tried to take your life.
And every time we say AI, there's a glitch in the matrix. It's not like once this happened. This is like the 8th time where now I just accept it that the bots are watching us. It's the rise of the machines. Arnold Schwarzenegger is gonna, pop up anytime. Yeah, the rise of the machines. How did you see the Oppenheimer yet?
Oh, did it happen to me too? Did I freeze? Yeah,
you froze before. I don't know if it was me freezing and I couldn't see you, or you freeze and I couldn't see me. I couldn't. No one could see each other. It was very.
But upsetting. I got terrified in the read because you took that big pregnant.
I took a pause there for dramatic effect. Like I learned that from watching Kindergarten Cop. It's a great dramatic performance. Who is your daddy, Welsh, and what does
what do we got on DFS?
I got a Spencer Strider. The 11.2 is very expensive. You use him only though in the cash game. That's all you use him for.
You're turning into a German soldier now. So
he's Austrian. He's a little different. Framber Valdez is 10.3. So it's a little cheaper. It's about $1,000 less. You have more money to spread around your budget. And then if you want to really go cheap,
would you stop? I can't handle this.
At 8.8. 8.8 is not a terrible price. He's been very good. He's trying to work his way out of Detroit. Detroit, the home of Motown. You want to hear Arnold Schwarzenegger sing?
I don't know a single person you suggested. I don't know a single one. I couldn't focus. Who did you like? Give me one player you like in English.
Spencer Strider, Framber Valdez, and Michael Lorenzen.
There we go.
I like it. Lorenzen's 8.8, so it's really, look, everything's got to break right, but if it does, that's a tournament winner because it's really best Spencer Strider lineup tonight, as far as I'm concerned, in any sort of cash game. So you just got to put the right one around him. But Framber Valdez is an interesting pivot. So again, those are the guys I'm investing in. And I always think look, you're investing them in betting, investing them in DFS. Like, this is what you do. You look at what's good on the board and you invest in what's good on the board. And if baseball is such a high failure rate, But still, if you're putting good analysis in, you're doing the work, then eventually you get good results. The Yankees, the Braves, the San Francisco Giants, all interesting stacks tonight. Oswald Peraza is just 2.3K. Anthony Volpe is 2.7, and Oscar Colas 2.2. So some really cheap guys on the board today to help you build up to Spencer Strider, because you're going to need it. You're going to have to find one or two of these free square guys. I'm going to keep rolling with Pete Alonso. That's it. Just keep going there for my home run call. You can see the home run call board right here. Boom, Razor. 38.
Oh, baby.
JJ Tater, 37. Harvester, 35. I don't see the Welsh. The Welsh is close, though. I think the Welsh is
27. Yeah, if I could have got my Matt Olson homer yesterday,
Wonky,
I'd
how
be on
many
this
do
board.
I have? I'm definitely in the 20s by now. I've got to be at 20.
You got to be like 22 or something. Yeah, you've had a couple good days. It's just you and I go on these bad spurts, and that's what's killing us here. But
terrible spurts. I had a case. I was in Austria, and I had something I should have eaten, and I had the bad shirts, the squirts, whatever it was. It was terrible. For a few days. Luckily, I hydrated myself, and everything worked out better.
I feel like you're trying to make Corbin Carroll look like that. Like if we had the digital thing, like you were doing that voice as we're looking at
Remember
Corbin
when Conan
Carroll.
used to do that bit with the mouth? The mouth was moving
That's
the picture.
So funny. It's still so funny. It is so funny.
That was
Can we
such
do
a
that?
great underrated bit.
Yeah.
The rise of the machines.
I want to do that on this show. I want to figure out how do we can we get like
I want Wonky. I have 22. I am not far off. I'm getting closer.
We could get like a background board, you know, that, you know, how like everyone can see we have the tiles around us, but it just covers the mouth, which is a little dicey. Yeah. But then we could do that with characters.
There we go. Who's your home run?
Trying to figure out.
I'm rolling in the deep with Polar Bear. What do you got?
I'm going to go with Fernando Tatis Jr. up against Oviedo today. So a couple different options.
Johan Oviedo. That's a good name to say in the Arnold voice.
Johan Oviedo.
Johan Oviedo. You want the over, the under?
This interesting question, real quick. Uncle Ted said, pick one: Riley Green, Sal Frelick, or Will Benson rest of year. The crew is going Riley, which I agree with, but don't know if
I would
else.
go with Riley Green too. You're in there too.
Yep.
Everyone's
Riley
on board.
Greening it.
Love that. Remember, you can start making home run calls too, and there's still plenty of time. You can't probably win the overall lead, but you can win the monthly prize at least. So join fantasypros.com/chat. It's free to join, and then of course you can go premium, and all you got to do is go to fantasypros.com/premium to do that. You could drop a comment below and subscribe to Fantasy Bros MLB, and you might win 1 year free premium upgrade. We just gave away another one not that long ago. So we're giving things away because we're wonderful people here at the show.
Oh, nice.
Tomorrow, I'm tossing around the idea with Welsh of maybe doing like a little fun, bold prediction show. The kids love the bold predictions of the trades, where players are going to end up. So maybe we'll see if we can put some players in new places and see what's going on there. That'll be a good time. So join us again tomorrow, 12:30 Eastern, live right here on Fantasy Bros MLB for more leading off. That'll do it for us. But the story of the game goes on for the Welsh. I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids. Watch out for the machines.
Knuckle